The Book of Alacambra. It was a sunny day, and so many students were happy to get back to school. Amanda Stocking, who loved history and archaeology, was a brilliant student. But she did not have too many friends, and most of her classmates were bullying her. Her life continued at the same rhythm until she found someone who thought she could trust. Rim became her best friend and shared too much with her. They both were obsessed with history, so each evening they used to go to the library to read some of the history books. One day, Amanda went to the library and asked Rim to come over, but she couldn't since her mother was sick and she had to take care of her. At first, Amanda felt disappointed, but then she enjoyed reading the book alone. After a while, she felt annoyed and wanted to change the book. Her attention was captivated when she saw one of the books inside the crystal closet. She tried to open it, but she didn't have the key. She went to speak to the old woman who was the owner of the library. The old woman had some creepy looks, but that didn't stop Amanda. She asked her why the books were locked in a closet. She replied that the books in the closet are special. Amanda was shocked and felt more excited to read them. So she asked the old woman if she could read one of them. She replied, "I'm sorry, dear. They are just for sale, and each book costs $1,000. Amanda was shocked by the price, but she still wants to read one of them. So she told her that the next day she'll bring her the full price of the book. As soon as she got home, she went to search in her parents' room. She grabbed her father's golden watch and waited till the next day to give it to the old woman. Next day, in the early morning, she met the dodded woman and gave her the watch. "Amanda, this watch is worth $100, the old woman replied. "I see you brought something expensive. Where did you get that from?" She replied, "It's mine. Just give me the book." The old woman shook her head and smiled. "I'll give you what you want, dear, but remember, sins will make you always suffer." And she showed her leg, which was a puppet leg. The girl was frightened, but she insisted on having the book. After she got the leathery, old, smelly book, she felt so safe and excited to read it. Rim saw her in the street, but Amanda ran so fast. Rim was shocked by Amanda's behavior. As soon as she opened the book, all pages were empty. She felt so angry. In all sudden, a reddish wind blew on her face and whispered, "You are a sinner." She was frightened. In the next day, she felt guilty and went to the library to return the book and get her father's watch back. But she was shocked that the library disappeared. She was so frustrated. People were staring at her and thought she's crazy. Amanda felt so guilty. She stole her father's watch for an empty book. She began to remember what the old woman told her about sinners. Suddenly, Rim grabbed her from her shoulder. She was so scared and petrified. she decided to tell her the truth. But Reem didn't care and told her she's leaving the town, as her parents are going to move to another house. Amanda begged her not to leave her alone, since she's the only friend she trusts. However, Reem said, "I can do nothing about it," and left. Amanda felt sad and depressed. At night, she always sees herself burning in fire, and the old woman laughs at her and makes fun of her. One day, her father returned home from his trip and decided to sell the house and live with his parents instead. Amanda felt that the book is ruining her life, so she decided to burn it. She set fire on it, but surprisingly, nothing happened to it. Suddenly, and from nowhere, a creepy skinned hand covered her mouth and started burning her little by little. She screamed, but no one heard her. She was burned without mercy to death. The end. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. Thank you.